Happy Thursday, October 19th, 2023. And it is raining here. A little more rain than I expected. Let me put on cruise control. Down the road. All right. Look, Ma, no hands. What was it? It was a McDonald's commercial? I can't remember what it was. Back in the day, riding the bike. Ah, look, Mom, no hands. I don't know what it was. Look, Mom, no brains. Smack. All right. Well, supposedly we now have officially have 8% plus interest rates on 30-year home mortgages. The highest it's been in 23 years. I think it's 23 years. It's not 1983, is it? Because that would be 40 years. I think it's 23 years. The highest it's been. Mortgages hitting a high rate. 8%. Paying over double for a house over that 30-year term as you would have, let's say, a year and a half ago. Double the price. Well, why do I have to pay more money for it? Well, because the bank wants to extract more blood from you. See, those vampires need more blood, so they're going to extract it from you. Even though, and see, this is the thing that most people don't realize, the money that you put in the bank is not your money. Once it's in the bank, they can loan it out 9 times. They create 9 times what you put in. Fractional reserve banking. They only have to have a fraction in reserves of what they loan out, what they artificially pump into the system, what they counterfeit. Because that's what it is. It's a counterfeiting operation. That's just the way it works. So, you're just going to have to pay back more. More of your energy. Work harder, work longer to live in that house that they tax you on more. And everything that you have to do to replace something in that house when it goes bad, because inevitably something breaks, something doesn't work. Guess what? It costs you more money today than it did yesterday, than it did 6 months ago, than it did a year ago, than it did when you bought the house. Didn't plan for that? Well, guess what? Screw you. That's just the game. You just like it. You own nothing. Just be happy. Never own it. It's a scam, man. The whole thing's a scam. The whole operation's a scam. Speaking of scams, Scamdent, Scarazamdent. Biden yesterday doing his best to be, I don't know, his reincarnation of George W. Bush. You know, using some of the same language that Bush used back in the whole Gulf War thing, referring to Hamas as ISIS, and it's just the same old playbook from these war hawks, these warmongers. And just, I mean, you whipping up the people into emotional frenzies again. And here's the thing, the language that he uses, the way he's delivering the speech yesterday, go watch it, it's worth it. Oh yeah, when he gets done, what's he do? Hey, Mr. President, Mr. President. He just turns and off stage. Just, oh man, it looks like he's walking to the cafeteria at the nursing home. Unreal. But the whole speech, the language of it is such that its intention is to, man, look at this. Its intention is to hit you at an emotional level, and using all these examples of everything that's happened, and it could have been, who knows, Hamas, the Israelis, and any of them that carried out these atrocities. And we're supposed to fund it. I'm asking Congress later this week for an aid package. You know, the leaked rumor is, and I talked about it yesterday, he wants to ask him for $100 billion with a B dollars. $100 billion to send to the border wall. Oh no, I'm sorry. My bad. Not the border wall. No, to Israel and Ukraine. What is with this country, Ukraine? Who is benefiting from this? Who is gaining from all this money? Because you can't tell me that the billions, tens of billions we've sent already, it's something like 150 billion already. Now we're going to send another 100 billion. What are they doing with the money? I mean, if you can't win the war with that kind of money, it used to be you had to take you had to pay people in gold or silver to get on a ship and go fight for you and discover some new land with the promise of finding more gold or silver. Go across an ocean, conquer some native people, steal all their riches. I mean, it took a lot of work because they did it so they could fund their wars and fund their extravagant lifestyles, whatever they wanted to fund in Europe. But they had to pay people to do this stuff, mercenaries, whatever it is. People wanted to get money for what they were doing. And people wanted to, the only reason they go do these expeditions, these adventures, is because they thought, well, I'm gonna go get some gold and silver, I'll have some real money, now I can do what I want in my home country. Oh, but now we don't have to worry about that. There's no work involved, no effort involved in creating the money. So you can fund wars with something that's basically a magic wand. Boom, fund this war. Boom, fund that war. Boom, fund that war. And you wonder why the military enrollment is at all-time lows. Nobody's signing up. Nobody's enlisting. Nobody wants to fight. Nobody wants to serve their country, God, and America. Well, I wouldn't either. Would you? I mean, the only people doing it at this point are probably not quite awake yet, and they still believe that we live in the America that, you know, their parents taught them about. Or they're just broke and need the money. They want a free education, GI Bill. I mean, why would you go and serve at this point? I can't imagine anybody wanting to sign up and say, yes, I want to fight for this America. This America is the best America ever. I mean, when you see this guy up there talking how he talks, it's like, what are we defending? What are we trying to protect at this point? Because they've already stripped our rights away. So you're not defending our rights. You can't say that I'm fighting for the rights of every American. No, because they're gone already. Because they want nothing to do with those rights, these people in charge. Or ones that think they're in charge. They're only in charge if you give them power, charge them up. But if you don't, and you don't serve them, then they have no power. That's as simple as that. But yeah, I mean, just the whole speech yesterday was pathetic. I mean, it's just embarrassing. I mean, it was such a labored effort to beat a dead horse, to try to make people believe that there's something to rally behind. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not rallying behind a new war in the Middle East. No, thank you. Been there, done that. They're going to continue to fight. I don't want a part of it. Most Americans don't want a part of it. Just keep Congress, keep no speaker in the House, and don't fund anything at this point. That's the way I look at it. And sure, there are good people who are, you know, doing their job that might not get funded because they can't vote for any new spending bills. Guess what? I'm done. I don't care. I don't want to fund it anymore. Let's let it all go to zero and then figure out what happens next. What's valuable? What's worth saving? Because I don't see a lot worth saving in this government right now. I don't see much at all worth saving. So let's just clean the decks off and let's see how much room we got for a few chairs before the whole Titanic sinks. Now, it's if you want, I don't know. It's so transparently obvious at this point, and I don't know, if you don't get it at this point, I don't know that you're going to get it. If you're still buying into the narrative and you really think that what you're being told is the truth and you don't see the emotionally charged trigger language that they're using, then I don't think you're going to get it. I think your mission is complete. Just like, mission accomplished, George W. Bush on the big aircraft carrier after the going into Iraq and blowing things up and stealing artifacts, historical artifacts, opening portals, digging up giants, all the stuff they did over there in Iraq. After all that, before it wasn't close to being finished, it's never been finished. I mean, because all the District of Columbia Corporation, all it does is goes in and breaks a bunch of things, destroys things, says they're going to do something else, somebody benefits greatly, immensely, gets really wealthy, and then they leave. Well, George Bush on the aircraft carrier, I don't know what the name of it was, aircraft carrier President Dumbass, something like that. He's standing there with his big mission accomplished banner. I mean, And then it continues. The war continues and continues and continues, and you get Abu Ghraib, you know, and all that. I mean, it's just, oh my God. It's you're gonna be kidding me. The billions, the trillions with a T, the trillions that were spent going to Afghanistan, going to Iraq, you know, and wherever else they ventured off to. And what did we gain out of that? What did we gain out of that? We stopped terrorism. Oh, we did? Okay. What about Hamas? Oh, we did fund that, didn't we? Yeah, that's true. ISIS? Oh, yeah, we did fund that too. Iran? Yeah, we do fund them, and they directly fund terrorism, so we kind of indirectly fund terrorism, but directly because we're giving them cash. Meanwhile, you go to a bank and, oh, we got to order new money because we don't have enough cash for you. But you can deliver pallets full of cash, burning how much fuel? What kind of carbon footprint is that? How is that good for the environment? Flying all this cash, these pallets of cash in this big plane, cargo plane, over to Iran and dropping it off. Who thinks that's a good idea? Who can justify Obama and Biden? Hey, we got all this cash we're dropping over there. Why? You said they're an enemy, the axis of evil, Iran, and then you give them cash, and then we've got Biden doing the same thing. Somebody is in the game. It's a fix. It's all laundering. I mean, these people, they own laundromats. That's it. You know, oh, ticket, please. They own laundromats. And, you know, everybody's redeeming tickets. It's just, and we just create the money for it. Create it out of nothing. Well, but it does come at a cost. You might think, oh, no, we can just print all we want, create all we want. No, it does come at a cost, and it's called inflation. And then everybody says, oh, you have to stop inflation. It's like you're fighting the wrong, you know, monster head. Because inflation occurs, and here's your educational lesson for today, ladies, gentlemen, and whatever else you identify as. Inflation is nothing more than creating more money. You inflate the monetary supply. It's like this pile of money. Hey, let's inflate it. And so you have a bigger pile of money. What do you think's going to happen with that money? If you've got a $10 bill, and then all of a sudden, you know, a zero gets added to it. Oh, cool, I got a $100 bill. And then all of a sudden, it multiplies itself by 10. Oh, and then 100, and then 1,000, and then it just keeps growing, and you got this pile. Are you just going to sit there and watch it grow? I have a pretty good idea that you're going to go do something with it. It's like, oh, man, I'm hungry. I think I want some breakfast. Nobody's going to make me breakfast. You know, and I don't have any food in the house. Oh, I got all this money. Uber Eats, baby! And you're ordering up. You're ordering big. You know, it's just like you won the casino. You know, you're at a casino and you win big. You go up to the room, you're like, room service! Yeah, baby! And you're just throwing money around. Okay, so that money goes into these things. And let's say you buy all the muffins, all the eggs at the casino, and there's no more eggs. Well, guess what? The price of the eggs just went up because they don't have any. Well, I got 10 left, or I got a dozen left. And so the price of those eggs went up to $10 each. Why does it do that? Well, this guy just keeps buying and buying and buying and buying, so we got to slow that down or at least charge more for it because they just keep disappearing. That's what happens when you inflate the monetary supply. When there's more money, that money is going to go into something. You're going to buy something with it. The government's going to buy something with it. And what's that do? It creates artificial scarcity. It creates malinvestment. It creates broken supply chains because you've got money going into things that really shouldn't be going into that because market forces are not, you know, it's not that way. So now let's blow up all these missiles, go to war. We need to build more. Okay, it takes time to do that. All right, it doesn't matter. You don't pay a bunch of people to do it. And so you create an artificial economy because you have artificial money. It doesn't go into the things in a real supply-demand scenario, and we all suffer. And we all suffer because the price of everything goes up. Because, why? Because there's all this money that just gets thrown into the market, raise prices. Costs more to do this. Goes all the way, ripples through the supply chain, costs more. Well, and guess what? You get it right at the back end, as always, right in the back end. Because you don't see this until it's too late, and then, oh my gosh, you know, in real time, I bought a dozen eggs, it was $2, and now it's $5. I mean, what happened? All of a sudden, I went by mayonnaise. You know, it's $5 for a big jar, now it's $10 for a big jar. What the heck? What am I supposed to do about this? All right, I need more money. I need to make more money. I'm going to go strike. I'm going to go out and picket. I'm going to do, you know, tell my employer I need more money. And so that's what you see happening. It's an after effect of the problem that is the root of everything at this point. It's the money. When you can artificially create money out of nothing, that's not based on energy, it's not based on work, it's not based on anything, because they can just go, bleep, another trillion, bleep, 100 billion to, you know, some BS, some CIA state money laundering operation around the world. Bleep, there's another 100 billion. There we go. When you can do, oh, hey, you know, we need to control what everybody thinks. Oh, bleep. All right, all the networks are now paid and flush with money. Oh, well, we got this rogue, you know, guy on Fox, you know, we're paying some money. Now he won't take the money. All right, fire him. And then he goes somewhere else. They have everybody bought and paid for. Think about it. If they are creating, what was it, something like over $1 billion an hour, they're going into debt, creating new money. Not your tax dollars. Your tax dollars don't matter. And then, see, that's the thing. Everybody thinks the taxes, they don't matter, because they create way more money than we pay in taxes. So it really has no dent in anything. Nothing. It does. Our energy, our taxes fix nothing, because they're just going to create. Where are they going to come up with $100 billion they're going to give it to Israel and Ukraine? Where are they going to come up with that? It's going to create it. Boom. Done. Poof. Did they have to go and say, hey, people, we need you to pay a few more taxes. We're going to pass the plate. You need to put some money in. No, did they say that? No, they didn't, because they don't need to. They don't need that money. They just need you to barely keep your head above water and struggle and be afraid. Oh, my gosh, you know, I can't do this. I can't do that. I got to pay my taxes. You know, that's where they want you. They want you so scared and working so hard that you're not paying attention to the easy life that they have, that they've created for themselves. The system, this vampire casino that they're running. They don't want you to realize that you're in the casino. And, you know, you're just giving it up, throwing it on the table, throwing it on the table. Poker chips, poker chips. They don't want you to know that. But money does come down to it. Money is the root of all kinds of evil. And in this case, it's probably the root of the evil in this corporate, digital, vampire, matrix, casino in which we are playing. It's all fake. It's all an illusion. These people have no power. Do you think they have power? If they can send all the money they want, but at some point, are they going to need boots on the ground? If the war expands, what are they going to do? They're going to need people to operate the drones. They're going to need people to suit up and, you know, get on a boat and go over there and show up. They're going to have to drop them in. Somebody's got to fly planes. Somebody's got to steer the boat. Somebody's got to participate. And maybe someday they won't. And maybe someday they say, no, this isn't just. And they just say no. But until then, we keep playing and I keep making videos. All right. Do the best you can to get your energy outside the system, because they just rob you. You put your money in the bank, you think you're getting a good return on interest. Hey, I'm getting, you know, 5% on the treasury. Oh, I'm going to go buy a house. Wait, I'm going to pay 8% to buy the house and get a loan? But I'm making 5%, so I'm losing 3%. Oh, even when I thought I was winning, I'm actually losing. Oh, and then the real inflation rate, what's the cost of all the food that I have to buy? Oh, 50%, 100% for some things. Oh, but I'm still getting 5% on the treasury. Just stop. All right, stop. Vampire casino, exit it. Do whatever you can to exit it. Get your money in sound assets. All right, have a wonderful Thursday. See you on Hash It Out at 4 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be a different kind of show. You might want to check it out. It's on Blind Dave's channel. I've got a link below to his channel. Go subscribe. Hit the notification bell. So when we go live, you'll get notified. And you can watch these rants. Maybe we'll hash something out. And maybe it might benefit you, because you'll see something that might be able to put you ahead of the game, or at least help you exit the vampire casino. All right, today at 4 p.m. Central Time on Blind Dave's channel, link below. Love you all. Hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Always trust yourselves. You gotta trust yourself, because you can't trust anybody else. You cannot trust, let's just say, all the charlatans that are out there. All right, have a wonderful Thursday.